Hey guys, I'm super happy to announce that my newest album, Digital, is going to be released on all music streaming platforms on May 17th. In this video, we're going to be diving into the project files of one of the tracks, and I'm really excited to just kind of show you what instruments I used, how I recorded them, and just how it all came to be. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is the song Digital. This is the very first one on the album, and I think the way I'll handle this video is I'll start with... Oh, Lucille is looking out the window. I'll start with just kind of explaining how I have Reaper set up, and then I'll dive into each individual section and kind of explain how I recorded all of those. So let's just start up here at the top. This is all of the drums. Okay, about 90% of this album was recorded with MT Power Drum Kit 2. And I didn't use any acoustic kits for this album because it's called Digital. Got to keep things digital, you know. But it does sound pretty good in my opinion, and I definitely got the job done at a very affordable price. So down here we have just some sound effects, and there's only really one sound effect I needed on this song, so nothing too crazy there. Down here in the green, this is all of the keyboard sounds that I used. And a good bit of these were used with the Synth Master Player plugin, and which I believe is free right now. So definitely go grab that if it is. It's pretty awesome. It has all these different presets, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to experiment with. Down here, bass was nice and easy. I just recorded bass directly into my Line 6 Helix. Not really a whole lot of processing there that needed to be done. And down here with the pink is all of the guitar tracks that I used. And you're going to notice that a lot of these are named kind of weirdly. The reason for that is I like to name the guitar track exactly what I have it labeled as on the Helix, just because I find it makes things nice and easy. And if I ever need to retrack something, I already know what sound I used. So that's why I have Nick Johnson and Andy Timmons, because these are all just kind of presets that I've made based on their guitar sound. So let's just dive into this. So very first thing is this piano and sound effect intro. And there's really nothing too crazy about it. I wanted a nice soft opening before everything kind of gets crazy. So let's take a listen to this. Yeah, so really nothing too crazy right there. It's just some nice MIDI piano. And for this, I used the Grand DSK Music plugin. So it was pretty good. I did put a little bit of reverb. I had to EQ some things, but overall everything was pretty nice and straightforward with all that. There is this really cool sound effect I got with, I believe this was, yeah, it was with the Synth Master Player. It kind of reminds me of if an organ just didn't sound the way it was supposed to, but I liked it. And so anyway, so this is kind of like the build up right here, with just some nice Nick Johnson-esque clean guitar, right? Then we jump into the verse, I guess you can call it. Just a solo on those drums. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so that's kind of like the first verse, if you will, of this. It's kind of weird to label things as verse and chorus and all whenever it's an instrumental song, but I'll call it the verse or the A section, whatever you want to call it. So as you heard, those drums sound pretty good with it. The trickiest part, in my opinion, was these hi-hats. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a lot of copy and paste. I did try to vary the different velocities just to kind of give it a more realistic feel. But I think the drums sound pretty good. That kick is really kicking for sure. And just put a nice compressor on most of this stuff right here just to kind of even off some edges. Let's see, if we jump down here, what is this? I don't even remember. Sine Star. Okay, yeah, so this is from a different plugin, I guess. Huh. I'll be honest, I don't remember that one. But it sounds pretty cool. Some nice, mysterious sounding stuff. Cool. Down here, we have just the regular verse of it. Or melody, sorry. And then for a lot of this stuff, it started to sound very thin and repetitive. So I put some dubs on as well. So just kind of re-recorded things either in different octaves or even sometimes in the same octave. That lick took me like 4 hours to get up to tempo, but I thought it sounded pretty cool. And I do have the other keyboard stuff kind of mimicking that weird lick as well. Some weird stuff, but yeah. So that's pretty much all of this like verse section. I came up with the melody first, and then I kind of just wrote everything else around it. That's how about probably 90% of the album was made. I just kind of had these melodies in my head, made a bass line, put down a drum groove, and just added on to it. All right, so at this point, it just kind of all builds up to another chorus section, which is very similar to the chorus section before. I just added some extra sustain stuff as well as some strumming. Let's see. Very similar melody line going on too. Yeah, and I got some dubbing going on over here. I believe this one is a higher octave. Oof, not my best playing, but in context. Yeah, and then it leads to another one of those really weird licks. Let's see if I can solo all this together. Yeah, and then, oh, don't mess with any of that. And then it builds to a guitar solo. And it looks like I added some ping pong delay to it, just I guess to help fill it up a little bit. Let's see what that sounds like by itself. That's a solid lead sound. I like that. But yeah, and then it just kind of all leads to another very strange lick. Let's see. Let's see what this sounds like by itself. Yeah, I remember spending many hours trying to speed that up. Not a good time. After that chorus section, it just kind of leads to a very similar thing to what the intro was with that piano. A couple of extra notes going on, but yeah, and then I have this pad sound that I got from the Roland JDXi. I pretty much just put on a nice pad sound that I liked, and I just kind of moved around the cutoff to give it that weird wavy sort of sound. all that in context. Yeah, and then eventually the bass and guitar get added. So this whole section is just kind of building up. Then we have another little counter melody going on between this atmosphere preset that I had made with just a bunch of reverb, and then this other synth master player preset. At the end of this build-up section, we have this EQ thing going on, where I pretty much, I just kind of moved this low pass. I started all the way down here and just kind of moved it up gradually to get this build-up with all the instruments that were doing the build-up. And let's just hear that just in context, just so we can see what that sounds like. I'll just choose a couple of the instruments. Yeah, and then of course it builds up to this final epic guitar stuff. And I don't even want to hear it in the comments. Yes, I copy and pasted these two things. It sounded good, so I left it. Let's hear what that sounds like by itself, because I do like this little sound. I like it. And then in context. And then we got some dubbing going on and the guitars. Yeah, so it's just some higher and lower octave. Let's see. And then leading up to this final guitar solo, there is another build up right here. And it just goes into this crazy tremolo section with a lot of delay. That's pretty much that little ending section of it. Let's see. Yeah, it's a great way to end a song. Just a nice fade. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was kind of interesting to just kind of see how all the tracks fit with each other. And yeah, I plan on doing this for a couple more songs on the album. Y'all be sure to check it out. It's releasing on May 17th. On all music streaming platforms. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.